Namaste students, my name is Dr. Neeraj Dholia, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jyoti Vidyapith, Women's University, Jaipur. So today we are going to discuss a session that is glycosidic bond and disaccharides, and it belongs to the subject fundamentals of biological chemistry. So let's start. So the oligosaccharides, they having 2 to 8 monosaccharides, and they are linked by the glycosidic bonds. And the commonly oligosaccharides encountered in nature belong to the disaccharide. So disaccharide means they having the 2 monosaccharides units. So the physiologically important disaccharides are the maltose, lactose, trehalose, and sucrose. So disaccharides consist of 2 monosaccharides joined covalently by the oligosaccharic bond, and the hydroxyl group formed as a result of hemiacetal formation is highly reactive when compared to the other hydroxyl groups. So the hydroxyl group present in one monosaccharide that reacts with any one of the hydroxyl group attached to the C1, C2, C3, or up to the C4 carbon of another monosaccharide to produce 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, and 1, 6 linked disaccharides. So when only an anomeric carbon is involved in glycosidic bond formation, reducing disaccharides are formed. So if both anomeric carbon atoms of monosaccharides are involved in glycosidic bond formation, that results in the formation of non-reducing disaccharides such as trehalose or sucrose. So in case of reducing disaccharides, one end of the molecule having free anomeric carbon is called the reducing end, and the other end where the anomeric carbon is involved in glycosidic bond is called the non-reducing end. So the 2 monosaccharides, they're joined by the O-glycosidic bond. So glycosidic bond is characterized by the hydrolase or the dehydration reaction to form the ROR link or glycosidic bond, hold together the monosaccharides in a polysaccharide. The bond formed when an anomeric hydroxyl group condenses with an alcohol group on a second monosaccharide unit. So how the glycosidic bonds are formed, let's see here. So this is a structure of maltose, and it having the 2 monosaccharide units. So one is the alpha D glucose, and second one also is the alpha D glucose. So here is the carbon and carbon number 1, and here the carbon number 4. They linked by the glycosidic bond. Okay, so here they dehydrated, and water molecule is removed, and a glycosidic bond is formed. Like that, a maltose is formed. So the other examples of the disaccharides are sucrose, this is the lactose, and this is trehalose. Okay, so the sucrose is a disaccharide containing the fructose and glucose and linked by an alpha 1,4 linkage. Okay, likewise lactose, that is also known as the milk sugar, is a disaccharide consisting of lactose plus glucose linked by a beta 1,4 linkage. Okay, and the maltose is another disaccharide made up of 2 glucose residues, and that is joined by a glycosidic linkage between C1 of one glucose residue and C4 for the other glucose residue. So the configuration in the anomeric carbon of glucose involved in the linkage 1,4, and hence the glycosidic linkage is the anomeric carbon atom of the second glucose is free, and therefore maltose is a reducing sugar. So this is the formation of disaccharides, and these are the examples of the disaccharides. While the oligosaccharides may have 2 to 8 monosaccharides links by the glycosidic bond. So hope you are satisfied with this little session. If you have any query, please write in the comment box. I will resolve that. And this session is powered by Digital Version 2, Jyoti Vidyapith, Women's University, Jaipur. Thank you.